My today's topic is basically shutter speed. So what I'm going to do is that I have few pictures on the screen and I'm going to explain the use of shutter. So let's start it. The first image, as you see, is of a biker who is moving through the waterlogged city of Guwahati. It's an evening shot, and with that shot, what had happened, I tried to capture that particular shot to record it, or rather freeze the crispness of the water which is actually spreading when he is passing through the bike. So for that purpose, in that particular waterlogging situation at Maligaon Charali, I tried to use 1/400 at aperture 1.8 is the maximum opening of the lens, because that was a 50 mm lens I have used. But as you see the image, it's crisp with the splashes of the water, and also it records the mood of that water logging through which a biker is passing. So this is one of the uses of shutter speed. Now in the next image, which is a very general image, as we see, is of a rickshaw puller in Calcutta. So it's a traditional hand pulled rickshaw which is passing through the areas of College Street. So I captured that image in the morning time, basically around 9 or so. And what I have noticed is that to freeze that particular moment of the rickshaw, I have to give a suitable shutter speed which will freeze the movement of the wheels and also the movement of the rickshaw puller. So in that case, I have used aperture f8, which can give a pretty much balanced frame with detail, and the shutter speed I put at 400, which can freeze the movement of the wheels. And all this has taken up with ISO 400, and the beauty is that the moment of his wheels along with his feet on the road has been registered very well, and you can see the difference in the picture as well. House sparrows are nearly gone nowadays from our urban life, but there are some areas where they are still visible. So this is a morning time picture when usually house sparrows come out of their nests and chirp around. But there is a heavy movement which needs to be documented with proper shutter speed. So in that case, I tried to capture the movement and that chirping and fighting among the house sparrows, and to get that I have used ISO 500 along with f8 in the aperture, so that the pretty much detail will be there. But the most important thing, which actually gave that particular image a thought, or rather freeze that particular moment of action between two house sparrows, is 1/800. So 1/800 means 800th part of a second the shutter was open and it has exposed the image, and I got this shot. It's pretty much beautiful. One particular sparrow is following the tussle between the two, and it has given a different look. So this is how you can use the shutter to get the moment, or rather to record the action, or rather freeze that particular moment at high shutter speed. But at the same time, we have lot of problems when our shutters go down, means below 125, we try to treat them as low shutter speed. So during deer crossing in Kaziranga, which is a common phenomenon during floods, so I captured one image which got totally blurred. The movement of the deer on national highway was totally blurred, Why? Because I did the wrong thing. My camera was set on aperture priority, and because of that I could not register that particular movement of the deer. So everything got blurred. There is a small hazy impression of a deer and nothing else. But why it happened? It happened because of the slow shutter speed. And as you see, if I check that image data, the shutter speed was actually 1/40th part of a second. During high flood, they move pretty fast and they cross the road like anything. So this is a wrong shutter speed which has been used for a speedy movement. So we always have to keep that in mind, that proper shutter speed is required to record the best image when it's in action. So while taking this kind of shots at low light, maybe in the daytime or in the evening, always keep the ISO setting little bit in the higher side, matching with the image, and accordingly you can adjust the shutter speed as per your requirement. In this particular image, there is a wrong thing I did, is the shutter got very less, and that is the problem of the image. Everything got blurred, which is the wrong side of using the shutter speed. In this kind of situations, we also can record some dramatic movements with the use of shutter. I can show you 2-3 images in coordination to that, how shutter can dramatically change the sequence. So this is all about the use of shutter, slow shutter speed, standard shutter speed, and also the high shutter speed. So when you are using this shutter speed, always keep that in mind, that shutter has a bigger role to play in freezing actions.